Hello everybody, how is everyone doing? My name is Kikrlin, or you may know me as Dino from PCF2, and welcome to the final race of Euro Season 8. It has been an incredible season full of controversies and intense battles, but we have both championships already decided. Tony Rich and the Red Bull taking both titles very easily after the dominance that they showed across every single race. Today we're racing at Brazil, one of the most famous tracks on the event calendar. Made out of 15 corners, it actually has a nice mix of everything, with 4 slow speed, 5 medium speed and 6 fast speed corners, with 10 of them being to the left and 5 to the right. The main dilemma is going to be the setups, because you can run very low downforce setups and still not lose almost any time, because middle sector is mainly made out of slow hairpins where you don't need a lot of downforce, and sectors 1 and 3 are mainly made out of really long straights. The tires are right in the middle range, with the C2, C3 and C4 tires being used today, along with the intermediates and the wets also available, and changeable conditions are pretty common around this short and narrow track. Today we also have a special guest securing the second commentary seat, with Marko Djordjevic, the PCF1 and PCF2 driver, joining us for today's Brazilian Grand Prix. If I recall correctly, this is your first ever commentary you've ever done, so is there some pressure going on inside your head that you need to do well today, or are you just not concerned about that at all and you're just here for the fun and the action?
Well, thank you, Dino, for the introduction, but I'll be honest, I don't feel any pressure. I just feel like I'm here to do fun. It's my first time doing it, so it's a good experience. And this race I feel like is going to be exciting, because I feel like half the people are going to just go for it, because there's no championship like you said. So people are just going to go for it in every corner.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see, as we are actually going into the lobby as we speak. We also have some new things for the stream. I hope it actually is gonna work. With the F1 TV HUD that Voye uses on his streams, so I hope everything is correct here, that everything's working. We'll have to check out on the stream, but yeah. Today we're racing at Brazil, like I said before. We have an 18-minute qualifying session, which is going to set the grid for the race. It is, like always, a 50% race, so 36 laps. And yeah, no sprint races like the real race, just the normal race.
Bit sad, I'll be honest. I like the sprint race here. I like the track here. I know you don't like it. But this is one of my favourite tracks, and I have a really good question for you. Who do you think is going to take pole position today?
And actually no, it is going to be very interesting. I mean, we have a lot of contenders with Cameron, then we have Tony Rich. I don't know if Drake is actually racing today, maybe he also has a chance. Oh, he's not.
Paolo's racing in his seat today in Mercedes.
Oh, so that is gonna be very interesting.
I think Diogo is gonna go for McLaren, he's gonna take pole.
I don't know, I guess we'll have to wait and see, as we actually have some people going out on track. It is the McLaren going first, but let me just... Yeah.
Leah's going, and Jonathan is going right behind him.
Oh, the thing is working, the HUD. That's nice.
That's good.
That's very nice.
Some people are opting to go mediums. One of them is Quill and Diogo.
Oh, very, very interesting. But Diogo, no, it's actually Jonathan Foss first out on track in the McLaren. No, wait.
It's Julio in McLaren, no Jonathan Foss.
It says Foss here in the HUD.
Oh.
I probably forgot to change the number.
And for some reason, Quill's retired. Has he crashed out, or...?
Well, things are going very well, but we're gonna go on board with Julio for the first ever lap on this track. So, yeah, let's see how he's gonna do as he approaches turn 1. It's actually a very difficult braking zone, as there's a bunch of camber as well. You wanna take 4th gear and 5th gear for the most optimal traction at the exit of the corner, as he has like he has 3 cars going out on track. As he approaches turn 4, also a pretty difficult corner. You want to go with 4th gear and just don't go wide. It's not gonna lose you time, but it's gonna invalidate your lap. And now going down to turn 6 and 7, also very difficult because you can very easily lose the car there. Turn 8 very slow, going into turn 9 using 4th gear as well for the most optimal traction. Turns 10 and 11 looks like it was a bit conservative. He was not really on the optimal racing line, but now going on into turn 12, he touched the curb on the inside. That can really unsettle your car, so you need to be very careful with that. But you can touch it if you have a pretty conservative setup. But like I said before, this is the longest straight as he crossed the finish line, a 108.1 for the first lap of this session.
Cameron is next to cross the line as Johnny has to bail out of it because you got loads of traffic, and he's done a 17.3. Wow.
That is very fast, actually. I think in PCF2 we had a pole lap time of a 107.5, but I think you know that better than me because you have a pretty good memory.
Yeah, it was Imtiaz on pole position. He done the 17.5.
As we have... Yeah,
it is bad enough for us looking.
As we have a Williams going to the finish line, the number 15, I think that is Quil Pavlakovic. But no, that is actually Jordan Kent with a 108.7. Not fast, but also not too far.
Yeah. Surprisingly, Sammy is on hard tires. I don't know why, but he's on a hards.
Wait, how does he have hards? Available?
Maybe he chose hard allocation.
I didn't even know that you can do that. That's interesting.
I don't know about guessing.
As one of the Ferraris has crossed the finish line, 107.3. Oh no, a 107.8, I think that is.
Alpine's behind him, and he's done a 17.6.
17.6. I think he made a mistake somewhere.
Yeah, but I don't know where. I think I'll compare to Cameroon. I'll check now.
We also have a McLaren. I don't know if he is on the lap, and yes he is. It is Diego, the person you think that is gonna take pole position, and let's see what time it is gonna be. A 107.9 for the McLaren. That is a pretty slow lap time. That is 6 tenths behind Cameron. But of course there is a lot of time to improve. We still have 13 minutes left until the end of the session, so everyone can still improve with Tony Rich, Slivka, Nakoli, Shmigovsky, Pavlakovic, Wagner still not setting a lap time.
Yeah, but that is interesting. I don't know why, but they have loads of time because this is a short track. But with Tyler from Alpine, he lost time in sector 2. He lost like 4 tenths. So, don't know what happened. But
Maybe.
like you said, Diego, P6, but that's impressive. He's on the mediums. You have to remember that.
As I think Tony Rich also crosses the finish line, 107.5. That is very good for from the champion. That puts him into P2. So 2 tenths to improve, and he is gonna take pole position.
As Owen is on a quick lap, he's up by 1 tenth on his previous best lap. He's now on a long straight. Can he improve more and jump Julia? Owen across the line, and it is at 18.0. P10, P9 and 10 for AlphaTauri. Not bad.
Not bad at all. I mean, right in the midfield. I don't think that's where they want to be, but still not too bad.
And Julia has now started the lap, I think.
Yes, he has. We can go on board with him a little bit to see if he's gonna improve compared to his first lap. He also is gonna have a little bit of traffic with one of the I think that is the Mercedes. No, an AlphaTauri actually going out of the pit lane. So let's hope that he doesn't get any dirty air and doesn't get compromised by this.
By the looks of it, I don't think Luke is seeing him that he's there. Alright, he saw him, now he's gone out the way. Good man.
There we go.
And Julian's invalidated.
Oh, that is very unfortunate by the McLaren.
He was up by a tenth, so I think there's loads of time to find, but just been unlucky with track limits in Brazil.
Definitely. But speaking of track limits, they are very brutal. You cannot go out like at all, and you're gonna get a warning. So you really have to be careful with what lines you're gonna have.
And the other person that is on a flying lap is Paolo from PCF4, which, to be honest to him, he has some pace, but mistakes happen too often. As he's crossed the line, and it's an 18.9. Not the best time, but there's probably loads of time to improve for him.
There is also a Mercedes crossing the finish line. I think he is actually starting his lap, but he did a 109, so he's probably gonna go for another one.
But the other person that is on a flying lap is Luke Miles. Now he's in the second sector. Nice and neat, a little bit back and going. Getting a smooth traction. Still looking okay, could be probably there with the braking. As he goes full throttle to the left-hander. Up by 1/10, it says. There's now good traction on the last straight. Will he improve, or has he messed up in the last corner? As Luke is now going to cross the line, and it's P5? 17.7.
That is actually pretty impressive by the AlphaTauri. They haven't had the pace this whole season, but currently this qualifying session seems to be working pretty wonders for them. It's going very well. As we also have an Alpine.
Spawn.
Nice. I mean, maybe he's just setting up to let Freeman through, who we are actually on board with right now. Or no, that is actually Marvin Murr. That is on a out lap, so he is just about to start his lap. Currently, like I said before, running in P6. His teammate Tyler Freeman is in P3, as we have a yellow flag in Sector 1. But it is quickly in the greens. So let's see if Marvin Murr can maybe catch up to his teammate. He has, I think, 3/10 a gap to his teammate. So a lot of time to gain, of course. But also not a bad qualifying session for the Alpines as well.
Yeah, as I think Tyler now from Alpine has started his flying lap as well. So I think one of the he's a validator as well now into turn 2 with this NRS, which is very easy to invalidate, I'll be honest. And one of the Mercedes does gone, and that is Polo.
So do you still think that Diogo is gonna take pole position?
You never know, because all I'm saying is the time he's done was on the mediums, but I think he has to get the lap in.
I actually don't know what tire that was on, but I just saw Marvin Murr extending the whole track at the end of Sector 2, and he goes into the pit lane. As Jack Andrews joins to the lobby, that's a pretty late call. I don't know if he's gonna be racing or not. But
I don't think he's supposed to. I'm not sure. I don't know if you talk to Washington and ask him if he can.
I don't know.
The person that I know is in flying lap is Aaron from Ferrari, and it says he's off by 500s. McLaren's got out the way for him nice and cleanly, so he's not going to any time. Getting a smooth traction from there. Getting a bit of a lock up, but it's still looking good. Flower through there, and now he's up by 2/10. That can put him up into P2 if he continues like this. DRS open, up to the line. Will he get P2 or even better, P1? It's a P2 and he's behind him for 200s.
That is very, very close. Let's hope that this pace can continue in the race, because the Ferraris have usually done a pretty good qualifying session, but then in the race they have they are incredibly unlucky. So let's hope that the space is gonna continue. As we also have, I think, Ferry Wagner in the Aston Martin who crossed the finish line just a little bit before, also going in P4, 2/10 to pole position, but still pretty good for Aston Martin with Cameron Dowd still on pole position with 5 minutes remaining until the end of the session.
Yeah, this is an interesting quality session, I'll be honest. As Diogo's on a flying lap and he's finishing now middle sector, and he's up by 4/10, almost 5/10. So that can put him up in a P3 position, which is a good place to start in. Brazil DRS open up to the line for Diogo, and it's going to be a 17.4 P4. That's pretty good, I'll be honest, compared to his teammates, which is down in P9.
It is not too bad, like you say, but Brazil is pretty known to have very close qualifying sessions. One of the main reasons is because it's a pretty short circuit. You don't really have a lot of places where you can gain time or lose time, so the gaps are not that large, and everyone is within 1 or 2 tenths or maybe 3 tenths. So yeah, it makes for a very good qualifying session, but also if you have a sprint race here, it also makes for a very interesting sprint. But we unfortunately don't have that because we've used both of the sprints in France and Austria. They were also pretty good, but yeah, as we see a Red Bull actually going into the pit lane, and let's see who's actually on a lap. Marvin Murr, I think, is actually on a lap.
Yeah, I think he is on a lap, but I'm still confused by the Mercedes of Sammy. And why is he still on the hard? It's been 9 laps already.
There was actually something similar that happened, I think, in Hungary. One of the drivers used hards for the entire qualifying session, and I don't know why.
Maybe to practice.
Oh, as Marvin Murr does a very nice 360, but that has compromised his entire lap.
No, I think the person that is gonna start his lap is a Haas of Robertson.
Yeah, he is just about to start it as he is still on a yacht lap, but thankfully Marvin didn't do anything to compromise it. But he crossed the finish line and starts it now. He is one of the only guys that's actually out of 1 second of the range of the leaders, so he has a lot to improve here. As
there's 2 cars coming out, hopefully. He's up by 2.5 tenths, so it shows that he has pace, but you just can't make a mistake.
Let's see if he does a good lap. As you said, 2 tenths in sector 1. That's already a pretty big improvement. Very good for the Haas driver, and he's running very low gears in sector 2. He used second gear.
Yeah, which is, for me, a bit surprising. I use like in sector 2 mostly 3 or 4 gear. As he's improved, he's still up by 2.5 tenths, so he's still doing a good job. As now it's going to come to the DRS opening it, and as it comes across the line, Robertson from the Haas driver, he's going to be P13
with a 108.1. I mean, it's okay, but I don't think that's where he wants to be.
Yeah, as Johnny's spawn, I don't know if it was an outlap or not, but it just seemed off track fully.
As we have 2 minutes left until the end of the session, if you want to do a lap now is the time to do it. As we see a lot of people going out at this point in time, so everyone still wants to improve. But let's see if they will. Let's see if Cameron is gonna remain in the pole position, or maybe someone else will snatch it.
Unlucky for Luke Miles as he improved 10.5, but he's still staying on the P7. He's now a lot closer to Aston Martin.
As we're actually on board with one of the Aston Martins right now, number 37, I think that is. That might be...
As retired in the pits.
So he's not gonna improve?
No.
the Aston Martin has gotten very interesting traction as we have another retirement of Fraser Robertson. Is that also in the pit lane?
No, I think he crashed because it's in sector 3. Or he's just falling aside on the track. I don't know.
As we actually see Cameron Dunn going into the pit lane with Tony Rich taking pole position 107.2. So Cameron is not gonna improve for this session.
Yeah, as we see that. But I don't think most people are improving at times on the last lap. So this is gonna be interesting.
Indeed. As let's see, one of the Ferraris, I think that is Jonathan Foss, is near to cross the finish line, currently in sector 3. Let's see if he's gonna be able to improve as he opens his DRS. He doesn't have a lot of DRS to use, but it is going to be a 107.6, puts him in P8. That's pretty far behind his teammate. I don't think that's where he wants to be.
Yeah, as Luke Bowles now, I've just saw him, he just spun in for another Aston Martin now because he wasn't pushing. But the Aston Martin is not improving. He's really close to improving, but that's not going to be enough for now. As it's not going to come up. DRS open. And will he improve? Find any time in the sector 3? And it does, but just so little amount. And he's not going to edge Diogo from McLaren.
And I think that is mostly it. I think the only guy to set lap is Owen, currently on the lap, also in sector 3. He's not improving by a lot. So let's see, he doesn't also have any RS and still stays in P10. There we go. I think it's done. There we go. So that was a pretty interesting qualifying session. Your bet that Diogo was going to be on pole position was discarded pretty quickly.
Oh well. I mean, I'll be honest, I was going by the gut because one time I was racing with him in Abu Dhabi last weekend. It was really quick, so yeah, so maybe he can pull out the bag. But Tony Rich on pole position with Cameroon besides him, that's going to be a fun start.
Definitely. And next we have Bill Bass with Tyler Freeman on the second row, Diogo and Wagner in the third row, where Anna Mills in the fourth row, and Jonathan Foss and Owen Heinen in the fifth row. And then we have Julio, Slivka, Robertson, Kent, Shmigovsky, Palacios, Nakel, and Pavlakovic, who is the only guy to not set a lap.
Yeah, which is, I think, I don't know what happened to him. I think maybe he crashed Quill Pavlakovic. So, I'm not so sure what happened to him.
I honestly don't know, but what can you do? You cannot do anything about it now. He is gonna start last. At least he's gonna have a pretty easy chance to avoid any incidents. So that's at least gonna be one positive.
Yeah, but quick question for you. Who do you think is gonna win the race now?
I don't know. The last time I commented in PCF1, Cameron Dunn, Doubts, I think, took the win. I'm sorry, I'm confusing those two names. So I'm gonna still have him as a pretty big contender for today, but we also have Bill Bass, Tony. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I think Tony, he has really good pace, but it's just depending on mistakes because recently, like on the last weekend, he's made a mistake.
As we're... Oh, we have a formation lap!
I was so confused because I saw red lights and I was like, alright, I'm gonna show up. But formation lap, interesting.
I didn't think we were having a formation lap. That's interesting. But we see a lot of people choosing hards. Only Luke Mills, Patrick Odugo... No, wait, what? That's also wrong.
Kent
and
Paolo.
Slivka on mediums. I think Voice sent me the wrong text document with it not being updated.
For me, it says that Mercedes driver, which is Paolo, is on mediums in the F1 game. So I mean, I think he maybe got a wrong, wrong thingy from Waj.
You know what? I'm just gonna disable this because it makes me confused. So I'm just gonna have this for now because this is bugged. We're gonna fix it for next time. Don't if I'm even gonna commentate in season 9. I honestly don't know myself.
For people watching, us two, the commentators, next season we're gonna comment PCF2 and destroy everyone.
Yes. We're gonna kill everyone, take both titles again. But yeah, like we said before, we are on the 4 formation lap. Now is the time for the drivers to heat up their tires and form up to the grid, which looks like everyone is doing pretty well. Some people actually sideways with Tony. If you look at that line, he's gonna have a very interesting start.
He's going to for Cameroon to stop him. I think Diogo spawned because he's going through loads of people.
And Quill did a nice 360.
As Paolo got disqualified.
The only guy.
Yeah, it reminds me of someone.
Probably not me. As we have 5 red lights. And it's a long call up as always, and we are underway for the final race.
God. My with a drive through and Tony spawned.
Tony spun on the start finish straight as Cameron Dowds takes the lead of the race. We also have some people behind. We have collision with Tyler Freeman and someone else. I think that is Owen Heinen has improved to 5th position from P10 as he is now under pressure with Wagner going 3 wide with Wagner and the Red Bull. The Red Bull thankfully backs out of that move, but Wagner still has the outside line. Is he gonna be able to make it stick as they still go side by side? Owen is pushing him out of the track, but looks like Wagner still has the straight line speed like a madman, and now he is in P5. Also pretty close to Marvin Murr challenging for P4, but Cameron Dowds has gotten a very nice line off of the start and is 7/10 in front of Diogo.
I think Slavika's made a mistake as he's dropped down from P7 I think to P11 as Johnny's run wide now and they're going side by side.
They were going 3 wide into turn 11, man.
Yeah, as Quill's going around the outside. Can he do it? Can he get out? But let's see now the straight line speed from Quill and Slavika. Who's gonna have a better one?
There is also
they're both pretty equal. Both of them using ARS fully. As I don't think that's good. As Tony's now right behind him. Is he gonna send it?
He tried a move as he makes contact. Oh, that's gonna be controversial later.
Quill's not gonna be happy with that as the McLaren of Giulio is blocked because he has weight damage.
We also have a battle with Barra, Redbird and Wagner right ahead, the Alpine and the Aston Martin. Oh, that was a very nice switchback by Wagner. He is gonna have the outside line going into turn 6. Is he gonna make it stick? It's very tight. Marvin Murray is not leaving any room for the Aston Martin, and he is gonna stay ahead for just a little bit longer.
You know the person that betted for pole position and for win, Diogo. Look at him where he is now. P2.
I mean, he is 1 second. He is out of the DRS range of Cameron, but he does have the chance as Wagner spins in turn 12.
That must be frustrating for him because he knows that he has the pace, but now he's back into P16, which is a really bad position. 2 seconds behind Quill Pavlovich.
I thought I saw my fair share of spins yesterday, but this is mad.
It was more players than our race yesterday, but we move because Owen and Sammy are going inside. There's a 3 wide into turn 4 and Owen gets a contact with the Williams and he's now gone down to P9 from P5 to P9.
That's very unfortunate as we have our first retirement of Ferry Wagner in sector 1. I really don't know what happened there.
I don't know, but there is no safety car or VSC, so for any drivers that were hoping for it are not gonna get it. As I feel bad for Owen because he was getting attacked from everywhere and lost his back end and now P9. That must be rough. As Fraser Robinson is up to P6, which is a really good start from him, as I think he started from a low position, as he started from P13, and Sammy has got 13 positions gained from the start after 4 laps, which is pretty impressive.
Oh, as Tony makes a very incredible move around the outside of Owen, as he has lost another position to the Red Bull, to the champion. But we are forming a very big DRS train here in the midfield. Like, this is insane.
Well, I think we're gonna get a battle for lead.
Oh!
Diogo.
There's big contact. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but Quill and Śmigowski have made big contact into turn 4, which...
Safety car brought out. Sorry for interrupting you, but
it's okay.
Quill with no front wing. What happened? Did you see it?
I saw it slightly. They were going, I think, side by side into turn 4, and I think Quill had the inside line, and he just plowed into the front left tire of Śmigowski. I honestly don't know what happened there. But like you said, we have a safety car.
Surprisingly, if one of them was our fault, the game thinks that no one was our fault and no one has a penalty for now. Which I think for some people that maybe are on mediums can box now, as Tony's boxing, and Owen and Slavica. They're the only people for now that are boxing. And I think Quill's gonna be one of them as well, because he has no front wing.
The Red Bulls are also double stacking, but they don't have anything to lose as well.
Yeah. Has Owen got a front wing damage? Ooh, was that a dive bomb maybe from Tony when he got a front wing?
Could be. I honestly don't know. Or maybe it was the point where he lost 4 places in one corner, where he went from P5 to P9. Maybe he made contact there as well.
Maybe, but I say a big congrats to Jordan Kent. He's up to P6.
Yeah,
PCF,
definitely.
which is a really good. Yes, he's on a mediums, so he can, I think, capitalize with the mediums and maybe overtake some people in front of him.
The PCF3 driver in P6 in a PCF1 race. That is impressive. Very impressive.
Yeah, as we see now, Sammy has 13 positions gained, with then second place with Fraser Robertson and Jordan Kent with 8 positions gained, and Polo with 7 positions gained, which is really good for them two, for Jordan Kent and Polo, because they are PCF3 and PCF4 drivers.
Looks like starting at the back was the best option, because people that started at the back are now improving a lot here.
I mean, we can tell by Sam, because Sam was dead last.
Definitely. But because now we have the safety car, I think it's a pretty good opportunity to do a little bit of a retrospective to the whole season, to see how everyone's actually done so far. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm happy to talk about it, and the first person I want to talk about is that is not in a good position today. Is about Tony. Tony has 12 podiums and 4 wins, and he's wrapped up, I think, his championship in Spain, which was 3 races before the end, which is pretty impressive. But now he's in P10. Oh, and the safety car just glitched out.
That's
Going
nice.
behind Cameroon. But with the pace of Tony and the amount of podiums he has, I think he's still a big threat for the podium today.
I mean, could be, but we also see that he had some bad luck last time in Abu Dhabi as well, with a DNF to his name. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see how the rest of the 30 laps is gonna go. As the safety car is actually in this lap, which I wasn't expecting at all.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it this? Alright.
That was soon.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna continue
So-
this later then.
Nothing about season recap, as Cameroon is now slowing down loads for a restart. I don't think his tyres are going to be warm. because hard starters, as from yesterday, we both know it's really hard to warm up.
As he goes very early.
Yeah, he goes very early, and now behind him, no one's gonna send him. But is anyone gonna send him? As Johnny and Jordan Kent are going side by side, and there's 3 wide between Tony and Marvin and Polar, but he's gone through.
Oh, as there's contact between Kent and... no.
As between Johnny, Tyler, and Julio. Contact, and now all of them are so far behind anyone.
That is very unfortunate for those 3.
Johnny doesn't have damage. Tyler Freeman has damage, and about Julio, don't think he has damage. So the only bad person that came out of here was Tyler Freeman from Alpine, as he has a bad front wing damage and plane missing.
As we saw Slivka making an incredible move around the outside into turn 8, I think that is. We also see Pavlakovic making ground with him being side by side with Luke Mills and Owen Heinen right behind, but he makes the move stick around the outside as well. Very, very impressive by the Williams, as we still have yellow flags right behind, but thankfully that was cleared.
Johnny's run wide, and Johnny's not having the best race with the Julia, as at the beginning of the race he's fun. Them 3 are not going to have fun at the end, as now Tyler Freeman is boxing. And Johnny as well is boxing. Does he have damage? Because it didn't look like it.
I don't know, but Pavlakovic has gotten in front of Palacios. Owen Heinen has gotten a pretty easy move here down the inside of Quill Pavlakovic. Is he gonna take it? He is taking it, and not leaving any space to do the Williams, and he actually makes it stick. He goes to the points paying position of P10.
Yeah, that is really impressive, but the person I told you will be dangerous, and he's been on the podium every time he finished in the points, is Tony, as he's now right behind Fraser Robertson, as he's in P5, and he after the safety car it was like P11, so 6th position after a safety car gain. That's a pretty good restart from him, as now I think it's going to be all over for Fraser Robertson, as Tony is going to have slipstream, going to have ERS turn on, side by side going, as we have one of the Mercedes spun, which is Polo, and yeah, Tony's finished the move before even the braking zone, and he's up to P4, and he's on a hunt to get to the podium positions, as Sammy's in front of him. He's not boxed yet, but Tony's probably going to have to do one more stop.
He also has DRS while Sammy doesn't, so that is also another advantage that he's gonna have. So he's also on mediums.
Yeah, as Quill and Owen are going through each other yet again, but Quill's done him before the braking zone. But is Owen gonna send him down right-hander? He is. But they're going side by side, and Owen's going in front of him.
That's pretty brave from the AlphaTauri driver.
Yeah, as Johnny's in a box again, I think he's gonna have the worst race ever, because he's boxing again.
Let's see Tony again. He is making very big grounds to the Mercedes driver, as he's gained 3/10 in Sector 2 alone. He is now in the DRS range. Let's see if he's gonna make this stick. We saw his straight line speed was incredible, battling with Fraser Robertson, and we can see it here again with him overtaking and taking the fastest lap of the race so far.
As Marvin, Iron, and Slavika are going side by side now. It's Iron and Slavika going side by side. He's lost the back end. Slavika taps him, but nothing too much. And Marvin's, which he got a drive-through penalty as he jumped the start. He's up to P7, which is a good comeback. I know how it feels to have a good comeback when you have a drive-through penalty.
Definitely, Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. But there was more controversy with me than with maybe Marvin. But as we see now, Tony, he's flying. He's now behind the 4th, 10th Diogo. I think the tyre advantage is giving him a lot.
I mean, definitely, but then you have to keep in mind that he's not gonna finish the race on those tires. He's gonna still have to box again. Yeah,
but at the same time, when you look at it, he's technically still on, like, he's on a 2-stop and everyone else is on a 1-stop. So he can utilise his mediums now and go on mediums again, which is going to be really quick for him, as he's not close enough, as Diogo has a really good straight line speed with DRS or Cameroon. As now going into turn 3. But now Sammy's still holding on, barely holding on in the DRS, as no one's gonna make a move into turn 4.
Cameron has also used a lot of his ERS, as he has none left to use, with Diogo and Tony just creeping in behind him in this sector. It's gonna be very interesting to see on the start-finish straight if Tony's straight line speed is going to be very good, as he tries to go around the outside of the McLaren, but he thinks better of it as he backs out of the move. But he's very close to Diogo. It's very nice to see.
I think his middle sector is really quick to anyone else, and I think he tried to go maybe right the outside because he wants to lose time, you know, for Diego to lose time to Cameroon, who doesn't have slipstream, as he's now side by side with him, and he's really quick, and he's done him on before braking zone. So now Tony up to P2 with a really quick pace, and if he now gets in front of Cameroon, I think he can bolt off and maybe create a big gap.
This should be a pretty easy move if he decides to go for it, but he doesn't. He was looking for a little gap, but he backed out of it. He's gonna lose a little bit of time in the middle sector, running in the dirty air of the Aston. As let's talk a little bit about Julio. He's spinning all over the place, all the time.
Yeah, I think Julio is not having the best of races. He had to bit box, I think, like 2 times or more. Yeah, he boxed twice already, same with Johnny. So both of them have a really bad race today.
While this battle for the lead is happening, Jordan Kent is still in P6.
Yeah, that is pretty amazing result for him, as yesterday, to be fair to him, when he was racing, as Tony's making a move, sorry about interrupting for that one, but Tony's now into P1, and as Julio's spun and retired, he's gone out in his, I think, yeah, he's in the pits. Oh, Jordan.
Commentator's curse.
I was about to say how good he was, because yesterday in a PCF2 race, he wasn't the quickest person, but today he's showing the real pace.
But then we commentators curse him, as right behind him, Marvin Murr and Bilbas are also battling a little bit, with the Ferrari driver trying to get up to speed, as he started in P3 and now is in P8, so he lost a lot of positions at the safety car restart, and his teammate is not looking better, running in P15, lost of the runners. They are really not having any luck, like I said before, as Jonathan is actually gonna get lapped very soon by the Red Bull of Tony, so he's definitely not having the race he wanted.
His straight line speed is like a rocket ship, because he's gained like 2/10 on Cameron before he got DRS.
As we now see Marvin Murr and Bilbas going side by side into turn 1, we see another yellow flag, but Marvin and Bilbas still go side by side. I think Bilbas doesn't have any DRS. He has gifted it to Marvin Murr, as right behind we also have Slivka and Owen going side by side, as Owen and Murr make contact. Owen has lost his front wing.
That's a real shame for AlphaTauris, as they're both still out of points. And Owen was fine for P9, so that could have been a good point for AlphaTauri, but now, as I think that's Polo that spun in Sector 3 and is almost going to get lapped as well by Tony, which is getting out the DRS, and Cameron doesn't have DRS, which is a bit crucial.
I think Cameron's pace on these hards is not great, but maybe when he goes to mediums, maybe then he's gonna shine, because we saw in qualifying he was pretty fast. The only guy that beat him was, I think, Tony. So I don't know where his pace has left him. But we see Knuckle in P4 trying to get onto the podium positions right behind Diogo and Cameron. So I think we're gonna have a pretty tight battle for P2 and P3. But right behind we also have Jordan Kent trying to go for a move on Fraser Robertson, who also had a pretty good restart, a pretty good safety car restart. But Kent, like we said before, has that 3-second time penalty, the only thing compromising him from a pretty good position. And that could actually demote him out of the points.
Yeah, I mean, which, I'll be honest, I didn't know what you're talking about. My mum has been texting, so... As now Cameroon, he's gaining up the pace. He's trying to get DRS out of Diogo, but he's still in the DRS range. As Sammy's looking really close to him, but he's not making the moves or anything.
Another guy looking close is Bilbas.
Iron and Jordan going side by side into turn 1. And is Iron gonna get this move done? No, but contact. Bit with the rear tires, but nothing major, and Jordan Kent is still in front of him.
That was actually pretty good defending from the Williams. That's very nice from the PCF3 driver. But behind, I think I heard some contact. People pushing around, but nothing major it seems. But the pit window should be open now. When is it for the hard runners, do you think?
Lap 20.
Lap 20?
Yeah, because you do 15 laps on mediums. So, yeah, as we've now seen, Johnny's gonna get lapped by Cameron as well, which is so close. We see Iron making a round the outside move, but he's done a smart tactic and he's broken a little bit early to get DRS. As now he has DRS, and Jordan Kent's now boxing.
Now Bilbas is under attack from Marvin Murr on the outside, as Jonathan Voss also gets a 3-second time penalty, and Marvin is gonna make it stick for P6. He very much got lucky by that, because Bilbas didn't have slipstream. Yeah.
As now Marvin is getting re-overtaken by Iron, so he's back now to P7 Marvin, and Iron's gone now up to P6. As now we see Diogo is actually out of DRS range from Cameroon, and Sammy's pressuring him a lot.
Slivka is also trying to get into this battle with Marvin and Bilbas. Let's see if he's gonna be able to do it. He has the tire advantage, also the ERS advantage compared to the drivers in front, so he is, I think, going to have a pretty easy job. But another guy that's gonna have a pretty easy job is gonna be Sammy Knuckle, who has DRS.
Yeah. As he's now gone easily past the McLaren, as he has no DRS, and both of them, as actually Diogo has 70% ERS, while Sammy has 50% and less now.
Maybe that's why he was so slow, because he was saving ERS.
Maybe, but as we see now, Slavica is 1.5 tenths behind Marvin. Is he gonna send it? He thinks so, is smarter and just stays behind Marvin.
He could have sent it. He has more ERS than the Alpine, but overtaking at that place is just sort of a death wish. You really have to have trust in both yourself and the driver ahead of you to leave you enough space.
Yeah, but the person that is helping this is for Quill, because he's now caught up and he's now in the DRS range.
Definitely. I mean, running in the points while starting last is already a pretty good job by the Williams of Quill.
But yeah, the team that I'm not happy with is AlphaTauri, my team, because I'm in a PCF2, and I know they're good drivers, but pace has been in this race a bit nowhere. They've got unlucky with some stuff.
You hate AlphaTauri, don't lie. Don't lie.
know.
Oh, big contact between Marvin Murr and Slivka, as both of them spin into turn 1.
Alright, I'm taking back from what Luke was in P10, he's now up to P8. He's in the AlphaTauri now.
There we go. But you still hate AlphaTauri, yes, of course.
Oh yes,
Of course.
I mean, we know the reasons why.
Yes.
But for people watching, it's a complicated story.
It's a very complicated story, both of us being involved in it. That
As now we see Luke, he's so close to the RS zone to Quill Pavlovich, but I don't think he's gonna get it.
another guy that is very close in the DRS range is Bill Bass to Fraser Robertson in the Haas, battling for P5 here. I mean, speaking of Fraser, he's done a very good race so far in that Haas. I think he started like in P16 or 15 and has a very big gap from Bill Bass to Pavlakovic. So I think if he can let Bill Bass through, be in his DRS for a little bit, for a few laps until the pit stop window opens, I mean, he's gonna have a very good chance to secure very good points.
But the only problem with him is Iron has, the Ferrari driver, he has like 40% battery, whilst Robertson has 8%.
I mean, we know Ferrari drivers like to Spinala, so maybe something like that is gonna happen.
I mean, we saw with Johnny, so
I mean,
Johnny's the sacrifice.
yeah. I don't think we're actually gonna see Spinala from Bill Bass. He was battling for the championship in season 7 with 2 Caracola, who unfortunately is not racing this season. But I mean, you cannot count it out. Definitely not.
The person's boxing is now Tony. Tony with Diogo. Both of them are now going to pit lane.
Tony
And
was gone very
Tony's
early.
Going on, alright, going on mediums. I had the graphic glitch and it looked like he's going on a soft because I was going to be a bit concerned, like, softs in the end? But he's gone on mediums, the same with Diogo. But one thing that I know, undercut here can be a little bit overpowered.
Oh, definitely. Like, the undercut can usually be pretty overpowered, but I think it's been undertoned in this game because the heat up window is like huge. You have to take like 20 corners until your tires are gonna be heated up, and then up to temperature, and then up to speed. Then maybe the overcut is the better strategy here, as Jordan Kent and Quill Pavlakovic switch positions, with Jordan Kent pitting 4 laps before, and still stays ahead of his teammate.
Yeah, and I think now it's crucial for Cameron to the box because he needs to match Tony, and he needs to get on a better time as he's boxing now. And it's the same with Sammy. Sammy's boxing. Has Cameron got a second penalty?
That was very close, but yes, he got a 5-second time penalty. Unfortunate for Cameron, but that is gonna be added to his name at the end of the race. Unless he is gonna pit again, then he can remove it. But Tony Rich, oh my god, he's gonna have a huge gap in front of him.
I mean, the cap when he boxed was 3 seconds, but now it's gonna be even bigger.
It's gonna be like 5 seconds now, maybe 6. As Diogo is also gonna be close to be overtaken by the Mercedes, but he stays in front.
He's done a good undercut because he was behind him. You have to remember that.
True.
As Iron is overcut Robertson, so that I think shows that Robertson had lot less space than Iron, and now Iron is up to P5.
And right behind we see teammates battling with Quill Pavlakovic, trying to go for a move into turn 4 down the inside of Jordan Kent, as Luke Mills was also heading out of the pit lane. He has the freshest tires of the 3 here in this battle. So let's see if he's gonna be able to make something happen here, as Tyler Freeman and Jonathan Voss also battling for P13. Tyler on softs, maybe trying to go for the fastest lap. I'm not really too sure.
I think Johnny's gonna stop him because he wants to fight with someone as they make contact, and good for them, nothing bad happens. But Tony's lap time 109.8. That's just on a different level.
Yeah, definitely. As Quill Pavlakovic has overtaken Jordan Kent for P7. but Luke Mills still stays behind. I think Quill now wants Jordan to hold the AlphaTauri up, so Quill can get out of the DRS range, but Jordan can has 0% DRS. He leaves the door open for the AlphaTauri around the outside. Is he gonna make it stick? Nearly. Jordan leaves just enough room around the outside, and unfortunately he's gonna have to stay behind and gonna lose a bunch of time now.
Yeah, now, to be honest, there is not a lot of fights happening, as Robertson, by the way, got a penalty when he was fighting with Iron Ferrari driver, so yeah, that's gonna cost him a lot, I think. As for him, I think it's important just to stay in the DRS zone, as Cameroon is answering back to Tony Rocha and sets a fastest lap.
You know something interesting that I saw? Slivka is playing Need for Speed Unbound and F122 at the same time.
Oh, maybe he's practicing. Maybe he's practicing both games.
Maybe.
As now Luke Moore is going round the outside
And doesn't leave any space! Oh, that's a safety car, yeah. There we go.
I'll be honest, I was on a on board with Luke, so I can't tell if he left no space or not.
I was also on board with Luke and also didn't see if he left enough space, but I was looking at Luke's mirror and it looked like he pushed him off the track. But honestly not too sure.
I think the person that is gonna box now is maybe Cameron, because he has a 5-second penalty, and because that's gonna, you know, fully destroy him.
Yeah, and he still has the opportunity, if he does box, to stay in front of Bill Bass. And yeah, he takes it. He can also go for softs, but that is a very risky strategy. Also, Diego follows him into the pit lane.
They're going for softs, I think. Well, it's not a risky strategy. Unless you know how to treat your tyres, like someone doesn't know from yesterday.
Nope.
No, it's not risky.
Diego goes mediums. There we go. And Dowds as well.
Yeah, I was referencing to you yesterday with your soft tyres, because yeah.
Oh, my softs after like 5 laps were dead.
I don't know how mine was still good until the end. You bottled it.
I mean, I didn't bottle it. I still finished ahead of you. No, I didn't finish ahead of you. I spun on the last corner. Or the last lap. Never mind!
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it's gonna be an interesting restart now. So, as I think now, Cameron is actually down to B8. Wow, he has to make a lot of ground up from it. As the only person to gamble is Owen. He's going on the soft tires.
I mean, he has nothing to lose. He lost his front wing with the battle of with Quill, I think. So, I mean, risking it, and maybe it's gonna pay out. But he is gonna be in the puncture range at the end of the race, so it is gonna be a long shot. Tyler Freeman unfortunately cannot unlap himself, so yeah, that's unfortunate.
That is bad for him. But the person that I'm rooting for now is Owen, as he's on a soft tires and he's not even lapped, so he can do a good job.
I know Owen. I battled with him in season 7 for the championship. He can do pretty well, but he can also make interesting moves, to say the least, which don't work.
Oh, Owen is a G.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's a nice guy. I like him as well. But I think we have enough time to continue with our retrospective again.
Yeah.
So we were speaking about Tony, who got 4 wins and 12 podiums, blah 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 blah. Cameron Dowds, he sort of joined in the middle of the season and already showed pretty good pace, taking a podium in his second race in Imola. Now he has 2 wins and 6 podiums to his name, currently running in second in the championship. It is secured, he cannot go above or below. But I mean, I think he did a pretty good job this season.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think with the way, like, because he missed how many races? 1, 2, 3, 4. He missed 5 races at the beginning of the season, and to still finish P2 in the constructors, that's pretty impressive stuff.
That's a job well done indeed. Arjen Bilbas, the championship contender in season 7, along with Duka Rakola, only lost the championship by a little bit in P3 in the standings. Currently actually in a very big battle with Diego Maurice, Quil Pavlakovic, Ryan Grob and Luke Mills. So that is gonna be a battle that we're gonna have to watch out for.
Yeah, I think, surprisingly, Quill, I think he has no wins. He only has 2 podiums, but actually he has. Yeah, he had 2 podiums only, but he's been consistent throughout this majority of the season. So that's why I think he's gonna fight for P4. But today it doesn't look like. Maybe. Well, actually, he's P6 and Diogo's P5, so it's gonna be interesting.
Of course, they are only separated by 1 point, so one or the other has to finish ahead of one or the other. So that's gonna be a battle to look out for. Drake Dempsey in P8, the esports driver. I think the biggest disappointment probably. He didn't have very good races. He did get pole position first lap and 2nd place in Saudi Arabia and only 1 win, which is a pretty big shame, honestly, in my opinion. But what can you do? As the safety car is coming in this lap, we are gonna continue this at the end of the race. When they oh my god, what is up?
They've hit each other and Tyler's retired. Marwin's. Why is Marwin gone up so much up positions? Sammy's boxing because he's got damage. This is the weirdest. I don't know how to explain it, but Tony's lead. Tony's got a okay. So penalties error. I mean, I think
people have killed themselves. Quill and Cameron are dead.
Oh, I think Quill was a bit too. What is happening? I'll be honest, I don't know anymore.
I am very. Oh, also Foss and Mills killed themselves.
Yeah. Luke's left the session. It says for me.
Are we having a restart, maybe?
For me, saying that people are leaving sessions.
Can you check Discord?
Wait, I think we're having a restart. I'll check now.
Wait, are we gonna have a 5-lapper restart? 5-lapper restart! Oh yeah, my god.
It's a restart and wow.
No, wait.
It is a restart.
No, it's not a restart.
It is a restart.
But
Vosh is now in a Discord put a restart, a 5-lapper.
No, but he said later that it's not a restart.
No, that was yeah, he's saying red flag. Yeah. We're doing I think the best one is to do a sprint race, maybe. Not a 5-lapper because 5-lappers are a bit mental.
I think a 25% sprint should be the best option here.
Yes, that is actually good for me.
I mean, I think a 25% sprint is like 8 laps or something.
Yeah.
Percent sprint is 8 laps. Just do that. I mean, if we're ending it here, that's just BS. That's very bad, honestly. Hopefully it doesn't end this way.
Yeah, hopefully, but
Final race results. It's over.
why? I mean, he said we've done 28 laps. 24. Wait, give me a moment. I'm using my calculator now
Okay.
because he literally screenshotted at 24. 24 divided by 36. 24 and 30.
That's
We're
not
talking-
75%. No
Oh,
way. Is
wait,
it?
28 divided by 30. Yeah, I mean, he actually said it on 28, on lap 28 that he's called a red flag. Yeah, it's over. Why not just do it?
That's a bit
Can we just-
stupid.
I don't know, but can we just not do it? I want to do. Still like the finish bit. Oh well.
Okay.
Bit disappointing.
Very disappointing, actually.
Ah no. Well. Oh well.
What about lap 27? What's that?
That's exactly 75%.
Don't tell me. Come on. Okay, we're gonna stay a little bit longer here in the
Okay, so something happened.
yeah, in case something happens. So
Yeah.
yeah,
One then.
Tony won with Sammy P2, Bill Bass P3.
I mean, it's a bit anticlimactic, I'll be honest.
I wouldn't say a bit anticlimactic. I think it's big anticlimactic because we got effed by a desync.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna wait like 5 more minutes. We should probably continue our retrospective, and then when those 5 minutes get I cannot even English now. When we finish with those 5 minutes, then we're gonna see if we're gonna continue. If we don't continue, we're just gonna end the stream. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know anymore. I think they should continue because this is a bad way to continue the thingy.
Yeah, we should
last
continue.
race. But yeah, this is a bad way to end the last race.
I don't know. Like I said, let's do the retrospective, and then we're gonna see in 5 minutes. Let me just do this display capture. There we go. So, I think you can see the standings.
Yeah, I can.
I mean, you can, but I'm checking in the stream if it's shown. The stream has a little bit of delay. Okay, it is shown. Okay, so we stopped at Jonathan Voss. You can see that he has a lot of did not start.
Well, he's still with P9, which is impressive.
I
But at
mean,
the same
yeah.
time, with wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was 6 non-finishes and disqualified in Canada, surprisingly.
Maybe he was like backwards in the pit lane and it disqualified him. I'm not too sure, but I mean he was challenging for the championship, for the constructors championship in season 7. Also was very close for the drivers championship. So this season has really backfired for the Ferrari driver. But that's when you that's what happens when you drive for Ferrari. Everything backfires.
But one thing I'm saying is I'm looking at the constructors, and oh my god, the gap.
Oh yeah, the gap is huge. The gap is huge between Red Bull and Ferrari. Basically repeating real life, where Red Bull dominated the entire fucking season. Sorry for swearing. But yeah, it has to be said that way because it's incredible. But let's continue with Sammy, who joined in the middle of the season, like right in the middle of the season in Saudi Arabia, has gotten pretty decent results, but also was very unlucky, as well as today, because he could have gotten a very good result today, and maybe even a podium. But wait, I think he actually finished P2. So I think he did actually get a podium. So I mean, a pretty good season from him since he joined in the middle of the season, as well as Drake. So a pretty good result, I think. Anything to add?
Not really, I'll be honest.
Oh, weird. Can you check the Discord if you're doing a sprint? I'm gonna do that as well.
For now, no one. Wait, okay, sorry, done.
You should do a sprint. Blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
saying that lobby's up. Says that lobby is up by Luke.
Yeah, but
Wait,
it's not gonna count.
No,
Yeah.
Wait.
Voice said
not
it's not gonna count. It's gonna be just for fun.
Oh. One thing that Jonathan said, which is maybe not wrong. Common Vos L.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, we should just count this.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Should we even do this? But the 50% sprint is like what? 16 laps? I think they should only do 25 because that's the distance that the race. Oh. Nice. I was still in the lobby. Let's actually see who won. Let's see who won while everyone was disconnected. Let's see. Who took the win for the unofficial finish? It's still loading. Fraser Robertson won the race. Oh, but we didn't see the results. Come on. Come on. But Fraser, if you're still in chat, you won the race. You can take that win. There we go.
It's gonna be a 12 lapper. But yeah, I think it should be, you know, not just for fun. It should be fully.
Yeah, way too easy for you, Fraser. Way too easy. You said a 12 lapper.
Yes.
Are they doing it now?
I mean, people are joining in, so
I'm gonna go join in as well.
well, yeah, it's just a bit poor from. If this actually not counting or is it counting?
The only thing that's gonna count is the red flag. This sprint race is not gonna count.
So what's the point of this then?
I don't know. That's why I see no point in streaming it.
Nah, stream it just for fun.
I mean, sure. For the final race of the season, we can
We have to finish
deliver.
the race, and we have to.
Yeah, we can. We need to do something because this is just disappointing for everyone.
Exactly.
But while we're waiting for it to start, if we are gonna start, all depends how many people we're gonna have. Let's continue with our retrospective. What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
We stopped at Marvin Murr. He competed in PCF2, battling for the championship alongside me, Imtiaz, and some other people. Richard, I think, was also close in the beginning. AJ as well.
Yeah.
And then,
Well,
yeah.
Well, with Marvin is he's quick, but internet is a little bit doing the work.
Yeah, it's not too great. Moving on, I don't think we want to watch Owen's results. You can just.
Why not? Like 4 DNFs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 non-points finishes.
He was battling with me for the championship in PCF2, and this season has completely been bottled, yeah. As that can also be said with Yanni Ducro. He also had incredible pace, but also look at all of those DNFs. Wojciech Crocs retired in the middle of the season. Mateusz Zdysłowski, or Maciej Zdysłowski as well. Nader won podium and then left for some reason.
He's done his job.
Yeah, he achieved what he wanted to achieve.
I mean, second place, good enough.
Patrick Dougal also didn't do the second half of the season.
Wait, Don Rocky was P3 in Abu Dhabi.
What a show! Nice showing from the PCF2 Alpine.
Yeah, and then Fraser was. I think this was going to be his best position.
Oh, definitely.
But
If
yeah,
if we count in the win that he got unintentionally right now, then yeah, I don't think this was the season that he would have wanted, but all can improve in season 9.
but this is his best, I think, position because he's P6.
Oh yeah. That's 8 points. That's the best place he got. So congratulations. Paolo Berlini. Inconsistent.
Didn't see him race, I think. So don't know.
Very inconsistent. He was fast, but crashed all the time. Federico Russi also didn't race like the second half. Ferry Wagner, he is fast but also very inconsistent. Lucas Dirksen also pretty okay. Jacob Mikkelsen, yeah. Myself wasn't good. And Wojciech.
We're not going down until me, alright? We're not going down.
Where are you? There we go, Georgievich. Oh, DNF, DNS, DNF, DSC, and DNF in sprint.
Now, first race in Britain I could have finished, but I didn't finish because I was like 10 seconds behind and not catching anyone, so I just got in the pit lane and made a viral video of it. Because I'm creating a safety car.
I think you had the best season of them all. Like, these results are incredible. You should have won the championship.
Listen, all I'm saying is, in Abu Dhabi, I should have been P5. That's 10 points. I've been robbed off.
Definitely. Let's look at the constructors a little bit for this. Yeah, Red Bull, yeah. Everything is explained.
It was close between Mercedes. It was Aston Martin and McLaren. And Mercedes actually.
And Mercedes, yeah.
It looks like Williams not doing the job like in PCF2.
Then AlphaTauri with Alfa Romeo were very close. Alpine was nowhere, like we said before, and Haas also repeating their F1 2021 season in real life.
And in PCF2. Yeah.
Definitely.
Wait, I want to check.
Are we going?
I want to check the other standings to see how Haas is doing in other standings. In other standings in PCF3, they've been P4 Haas. So at least one Haas is not bad.
Okay, so we're not gonna continue with the race, so yeah. We can just end the stream here. What do you think about it?
Shame.
A big shame, yeah. That's a pretty disappointing end to the season, which was very interesting. We had a lot of controversies, like I said before in the beginning. We had a lot of big battles all around the grid, but to finish this way with a red flag, you really don't want that. It's just bad for everyone. But yeah,
can't do anything about it.
Yeah, unfortunately. We did the retrospective. We saw everyone's results across the season.
Sadly.
Along, yes, and the constructors. So everyone is up to speed. I don't think a lot of places are gonna change after the standings are gonna be updated. But yeah, let's see the chat for one last time and we're gonna end this off. P13 to P5 in 3 laps with 2 on-track overtakes today. This is what I can do when I don't get my wing broken on lap 1 by a completely unrelated incident. I think both of us saw that people who started last, like, hugely benefited, yeah. They hugely benefited.
Because they were not in, like, middle or front to gain an incident, so they were just cruising.
So I think that was the place where you wanted to be, at the back, and then just go up from there. Okay.
Apparently.
Yeah?
No, I said apparently, yeah. Alright.
So.
Well, yeah, this has been anticlimactic. Fair play to Tony after he spun on the literally start. That's why he's probably the champion.
Probably not the first commentary you wanted to end.
Oh yeah.
It's yeah, very unfortunate, but hopefully you did enjoy it, and I definitely did enjoy it. It was a lot of fun.
I did enjoy it with you, it was fun, and this was a fun race until the end.
I think we can just forget what happened at the end, and we can just appreciate the amount of battles that happened. And stuff that happened. That's all I'm gonna say. Stuff happened. But yeah, do you have anything else to add before the end of the stream?
Not really.
Okay then. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. Leave a like if you have enjoyed the stream as much as we did commentating it. You can also subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. You can also follow our partners in the links into this in the description: Gridfinder, Baldomania, JR Designs, and Discord. If you enjoyed the races, you can also apply to race. We are currently signing up for Season 9, Season 9, which is gonna start at the end of January. So if you're interested in racing in the league, or maybe just helping out with commentaries, standings or stewarding, you can just join the league. Or if you don't want to do anything about that, you can just chat. The people are very friendly. It is very nice indeed. We are always very happy to receive new people. And I think that is it. You can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook. We post very consistently there, along with Twitter, and that should be it. Yeah. So thank you, Georgievich, for commentating with me today. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully we can see you next season as well.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you as well, champion, reigning champion.
Reigning double champion, but that's probably gonna be bottled as well.
We'll see next season.
I think I have a pretty big chance to get my 4th Constructors Championship in a row, but the 3rd Drivers Championship, no way.
I'm stopping you for that one. I'm helping you for the 4th.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you everybody so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and we're gonna see you next season in season 9. Take care and have a good night.